These are 4 things that I want you to stop doing immediately, as soon as possible. Stop. If you're trying to help somebody that is struggling with executive functioning skills. So many times we are looking for help and we just start researching and Googling and we start pulling tips and tricks from all over the place to try and help build our child's executive functioning skills because we just want things to be easier for them. We want them to do a great job and want them to feel better about themselves, right? But right now, I need you to stop these 4 things immediately. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you what to do instead. Timers. Timers are the go-to trinket to help manage time, right? Time awareness, time management, time blind, all these 3 terms are used interchangeably. And of course, they struggle with time. Let's bring a timer into the mix, right? But here's what happens. The thinking of we're going to use a timer so that this person can learn about time awareness, it usually doesn't work because what happens is this person, they're not feeling 10 minutes doesn't feel like 10 minutes. They don't know what half an hour looks like, feels like, what they should be able to get done. So what happens most of the time is we use the timer. You got to get this done by the timer goes off. The timer goes ding, and my friend still maybe hasn't started, maybe is midway, and what happens? They failed again. What I want you to do instead is introduce the timer in a way that is actually going to teach them chunks of time. So flipping that around and saying, I wonder how much of this cleaning the room, how much of this assignment, whatever it is you're working on or they're struggling with, I wonder how much of this you can get done and within 10 minutes. And it's not good, it's not bad. It's just kind of like, hey, let's see what happens, right? How much can we get done in 10 minutes? And then all of a sudden, it's an instant win, right? This is what I talk about when I say, let's set them up for success. It doesn't matter if they wrote 2 sentences. Cool, it takes you 10 minutes to do 2 sentences. Awesome. And now all of a sudden we're beginning to learn what 10 minutes looks like, feels like, and we're doing it in a positive way. Agendas. I love agendas. I really love agendas. I love using an agenda for myself, and I love the students that I work with in coaching to use an agenda. I love the students that I work with in the school system to have an agenda. But here's the thing. We all want to use agendas for these kids, and we miss a couple of steps before the agenda. So we're thinking that the agenda can really help with things like, being organized, prioritizing what's important assignment. An agenda can really do magic for the metacognition skill where you kind of look back and kind of look at the whole picture. But what happens is if our kids are not really owning what's in the agenda, they will forget to write things. They still will not get that overview of the whole week. It's hit or miss, right? If they get it or not. But what is always a hit, because I always want you to do things that are going to build success, is previewing. Previewing is always a win for kids that struggle with executive functioning skills. So we can break down that previewing for the day. Hey, what do we have to work on for tomorrow? What do we have to work on for the whole week? What does the week look like? So previewing will for sure help us build these executive functioning skills that they're struggling with. The agenda can be a hit or miss, and especially if they don't have a lot of support to get the right things in the agenda and also to pull out the right information from the agenda. One thing that I see a lot with agendas could be a whole other video, is a lot of times there's nothing in the agenda, and it's really because they forgot to write it in the agenda, not because there was nothing to do. So agendas are hit or miss, but previewing on a plain old piece of paper, Google Doc, is always a win. Okay, synonymous with being disorganized is what? Let's get stuff to organize. Cubbies, folders, drawer dividers, all sorts of things. I mean, the Container Store is a testament to how much we love to buy stuff to help us organize. What happens when we have somebody struggling with executive functioning skills is we can get all the containers and we can put all the things in the right places. But a lot of times what they actually need is a system. They don't need more stuff to manage. They don't need more containers. They don't need more folders. They need a simplified, streamed down system that works for them. So instead of more stuff and more supplies, let's give them a simple system. Whatever system you think of, can I simplify it even more? And that's what we want to start them with, okay? Remember, everything I tell you is to automatically set you guys up and set up your kids for success, because if you've been trying to build these executive functioning skills, you've been struggling for a while, and your kids have been struggling for a while. So I want you to have wins and success and get confidence and hope that you really can overcome this and do better. The last one we're gonna dive into today is a calendar, right? A calendar seems like a magical place to get yourself organized, to plan ahead, to sustain those that have sustained attention, to really use the calendar to guide you to what you have to do next, what you have to do next week. A lot of times when we can't get started, task initiation, a calendar seems like a very logical way to help us. But I'm going to tell you what happens is sometimes that calendar is too big, it's too overwhelming, it has too many days, and we end up just shutting down. What I'd like to see instead of that calendar is chunking down assignments, chunking down projects. The best way to help somebody that has struggles with task initiation, getting started, beginning things, is making it small. Again, because if you chunk it down, it becomes easy to achieve. You automatically succeed, and you automatically change that cycle to I'm constantly messing this up to, okay, I've accomplished the first little step, I'm accomplishing the next step. So it really changes your perspective and your mindset. The way to wrap all of this up is to really understand your child's executive functioning profile, right? What are they really good at? And what does that look like? What are they struggling with? And what does that look like? So I want you to watch the next video, which is a strengths-based executive functioning approach. We're going to break this all down. I'm going to show you what to do when you download the one-page executive function guide and how you can use it to really navigate boosting your child's executive functioning skills. All right, friends, I will see you in the next video. And remember, I want you to stop doing all of these things.